Cheryl, and it's story time with me again. This happens to be Autism Awareness Month. So, in lieu of that, we're going to read a story today that talks about autism. And it's a little zebra. It's a little baby zebra. His name is Zane. And that's Zane's mama. And these are some extra friends of mine. This little zebra here, this is Zigzag. I just call him Ziggy. And this is my little boy Damien. You've seen him before. So let's get started. Autism Awareness Month. The title of our book is All My Stripes. And the book is written by Shaina, Rudolph, and Danielle Royer. Okay, let's get started. I missed you all. Okay, you ready? Got your popcorn? Got your candy? All right, let's go. Zane ran home as fast as he could. Nobody gets me, Mama. His mama hugged him, and he began to tell her about his bad day. And not only was it a bad day, it was raining too. It was raining outside and probably raining in his heart too. So Zane went on to tell his mama, he said, this morning in art class, the teacher started a hoof painting project. I didn't want to get paint on my hooves, so the teacher gave me a paintbrush. All the other zebras noticed and were making fun of me because they didn't understand why I wouldn't use my hooves. And there they are in art class, and everyone's using their hooves. But Zane didn't want to because it just was different for him. He said, Mama, his mom said to him, she said, I bet that made you feel different from the rest of the group. Zane replied, it did, but paint is just too weird to touch, Mama. During math class, the fire alarm went off. It was loud. And when the children in my class were getting in line quietly, I hid under the desk screaming and covering my ears. The class left without me, and I was scared until the firefighters came and found me. That loud noise just really bothered Zane, and there he is right there, holding his ears. He looks like he's hurting and he's in pain. He looks scared too. And then Zane says, when the class came back from lunch, everyone was putting their lunch boxes in their cubbies. Some classmates were talking about a video game I played all the time. But I didn't know how to start talking to them. So there they are at their cubbies. And there's Zane. And see, he's looking over there because he's interested. He wants to talk. And they're all talking. And he wants to join in, but he just doesn't quite know how. So, Zane says, I started talking about all the things I knew about the game, but since I was staring at the floor, nobody knew I was talking to them. When the other kids walked away, I started talking louder. I really wanted them to hear me, but everybody was getting ready for science class. Oh, Zane. There Zane is, and they're taking off. They're not ignoring him. They just didn't know he was talking to them. Zane says, we sat down for science and were learning about the planets. Our teacher gave us each a planet to draw, but I wanted to create my own. When it came time to present, I felt different from the rest of the class again. My teacher loved my planet and said, whatever floats your boat. I spent the rest of the afternoon looking for a boat in the classroom. There's Zane looking in a cubby hole. He's looking for the boat it really isn't about. Zane was crying. How come all anyone sees is my autism stripe? His mama carried Zane over to the mirror. And she said, when I look at you, I see many different stripes. If one of them were missing, you wouldn't be the same. And there's his mama loving on him, has him in front of the mirror so he can see himself. She wants him to see himself the way she sees him. And this is what she tells him. His mama said, I see your pilot stripe. When we get lost in the city, you always remember the way home. He goes, yeah. And there they are in the city. And that happens sometimes, and Zane always knows the way to get home. So he knows what she's saying is true. Then his mama says, your caring stripe makes you act kindly toward others. When your classmates think it's funny to bully other kids, you come to the rescue. And sure enough, there's Zane. Somebody's being bullied down here. And Zane stands up for them. He's like, hey, don't treat him like that. And what about your honesty stripe, his mama said. Your honesty stripe lets me always trust your word. When other parents have to worry that their kids aren't telling the truth, I know you always are. And he goes, that's right. I do tell the truth all the time. Then his mama said, my all-time favorite stripe is your curiosity stripe. When all the other kids are falling asleep in class, you always want to know more. I love when you come home and tell me everything you learn. Sometimes you ask me questions and I don't even know the answers. That really made Zane feel proud. And he thought about himself in the classroom. He said, yes, that does happen. Everyone's falling asleep and I have my hand up because I want to learn more. He's like, Mama's telling the truth. It's true. It's true. Then Mama pointed out the rest of Zane's amazing stripes. The more stripes she explained, the better Zane began to feel about himself. By the time she was finished, Zane loved himself again. There he is looking at himself in the mirror, and he's happy. He's not crying anymore. And then Zane ran outside, feeling the warmth of the sun. Finally, he felt proud of all of his stripes. And he said, there's more to me than just my autism stripe. It's just part of me. The other parts make the whole of me. I love each stripe because without them, I wouldn't be me. Look at him. Isn't that what he's doing? I wouldn't be me. He is so happy. He's so proud of himself and every part of him. Because there's so many pieces to all of us. It's a lot that makes up the whole. And he appreciates who he is. And in light of Autism Awareness Month, I would love for all of us to take the time to appreciate the special in other stripes. And take the time to appreciate the special in your own stripes, because we all have them. Love you. I'll see you next time.